When we talk about AI, our minds usually jump straight to the code, right? The super complex algorithms. But what if I told you the most critical piece of the puzzle is actually something way more basic? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the raw material that makes all of it tick. So, let me ask you straight up. What do you think is the single most important part of any AI system? Is it the processing power? The clever code? Think about it for a second.
Because the answer might actually surprise you. While all that other stuff gets the spotlight, the real engine driving the whole thing, well, it's something a lot more fundamental.
It all starts right here with data collection. I mean, this is the very first step. It's the process of getting all the information you need to teach a machine. Honestly, without data, an AI model is just an empty box. It has absolutely nothing to learn from. This is ground zero for AI. Okay, and this brings us to what is probably the number one, most important, unbreakable rule in all of machine learning. It's a simple little phrase that explains pretty much every big AI success and every big AI failure.
I'm sure you've heard this before, but when it comes to AI, this isn't just a saying. It's basically a law of physics. It means that whatever quality you put into an AI system is the exact same quality you're going to get out of it. Period.
And here's why that's so important. You could have the most brilliant, most powerful algorithm in the entire world. But if you feed it junk data, stuff that's biased or just plain wrong, it will only learn how to make junk decisions. The algorithm itself can't magically fix bad ingredients. It's a really simple three-step path to disaster. You start with biased or flawed data. Then you train your model on that flawed data. And surprise, surprise, the result is a system that makes totally unreliable predictions out in the real world.
So if high-quality data is the secret ingredient, where do developers even get it from? Let's go on a little hunt and see the different places an AI gets its education.
The short answer, data comes from everywhere. It can be super organized, like the transaction records in a company database, or it can be totally messy and unstructured, like random posts on social media. It's also being collected constantly, in real time, from sensors and even directly from us when we fill out something like an online survey. Let's just focus on web data for a second, because it is a massive, wild frontier for AI. Every single product review you write, every news article you click on, every post you share. Yep, that's a piece of data that can be used to train things like language models and recommendation engines.
Now, the big challenge here is that most of this web data is unstructured. It doesn't come in neat little rows and columns. It's messy, chaotic, human language, and it takes a ton of work to clean it up before an AI can make any sense of it. I mean, think about trying to teach a machine to understand sarcasm. That's the kind of challenge we're talking about. Okay, let's switch gears from the digital world to the physical one, because data isn't just text on a screen. It's being captured all around us, all the time, by this huge network of sensors we call the Internet of Things, or IoT. And here are just a few examples you probably see every day. The GPS that's getting you from point A to point B, the smartwatch tracking your steps, the cameras in a smart city, even really sophisticated medical devices. All of these are constantly turning the real world into data that an AI can understand and analyze. All right, so we know where data comes from. But here's the thing. Just having a ton of data isn't enough, not even close. You need the right data. So that brings us to the really big question. What actually makes data good? The difference between high and low quality data is pretty much night and day. Good data, it's accurate, it's complete, it's relevant to the problem you're trying to solve, and it's consistent. And bad data is, well, it's the exact opposite of all of that. Honestly, finding and cleaning data to meet these standards is often the hardest, most time-consuming part of the whole process. See, quality isn't just one thing. It's really a mix of these four key components. Your data could be perfectly accurate, but if it's not relevant, who cares? It could be complete, but if it's wildly inconsistent, it's worthless. To build a really powerful AI, you need a full slice of every single piece of this pie. Okay, let's zoom out and tie this all together. If you think about building an AI like you're constructing a huge skyscraper, the role of data becomes crystal clear. It's this simple. The algorithms are the cool blueprints, right? The architectural designs. But the data is the concrete foundation that the entire thing is built on. And that's the bottom line. If that foundation is cracked or weak or uneven, it does not matter how brilliant your design is. The whole building is eventually going to come crashing down.
That's why getting high-quality data is absolutely non-negotiable for building AI that we can actually trust. And this leaves us with a really big, important question to think about. As our world relies more and more on AI, who's actually responsible for making sure the data it's built on is good, that it's accurate, fair, and high quality? That's a conversation that, frankly, we all need to be having.